What's up, guys? I apologize. So when we last did this, I had a few figures here that was showing that were for trade, depending on what I got and what weren't. So the two that weren't were this John Cena Mattel 2013 edition and this DX Triple H. Those were not for trade. The ones that are here, and this one was a possible, because it depended on if I got an elite for him. But for Jeff Hardy, I wanted another Jeff Hardy. It's gonna be a decent Tna or WWE Deluxe or something recent, because he's a custom. I don't really care what I get for this Triple H, because as you can see, his body and everything is like really loose. So if I get something good for him, I will accept it. But I don't send first, not because I don't want to or because of scamming, but because there's just no way for me to do it that easy, because I don't have the money to get the boxes at the moment. This Keen, I wanted a Mattel Keen. It didn't matter what series, as long as it's one of the more recent ones, even if it was still the bald head, as long as it's more recent, because he's in really good shape. Another Undertaker, because this one's in really decent shape. It's going to be Mattel, though. Don't care what series, but it's going to be a Matt Hardy, as long as it's not Flex Force, because this one's with this aggression, missing a foot. He rattled if you listen, and yeah. Then we had Kevin Nash. I said I didn't really care what I got, as long as I got something that was okay for him, because this one was in kind of bad shape. Then I had this Kurt Angle, whose body's really loose, but pretty good figure. I might take another Kurt Angle or a Sting or something. Then the last figure I had done before I had to cut it was Eugene, which I said was really, I don't care what I got, as long as someone said they were going to send first. I didn't care what they would give. And now this is what's left. So, excuse me, I burped. So I'm gonna pick something. Alright, oh yeah, I forgot I also included him in a previous video that I had to redo over and over. It's a DX Shawn Michaels. I like Mattel Shawn Michaels. Don't really care if it's the Royal Rumble Heritage, WrestleMania Heritage, Legends, whatever. I'll take anything for him. That's a Shawn Michaels, by the way. Shawn Michaels, any Shawn Michaels. Then I also showed this one in the very first trial of this video. I showed that his tattoo was kind of beaten up. It wasn't really too good. This is probably the Rockers or whatever you call it version of him, as you can see, because he's got the blonde hair and the old earring thing. So that one's for trade. And I think this is either a Bushwhacker or Mike Knox. I'm not sure who it is. I always get confused. He's really loose, but if you give something okay for him that's in good shape, I will trade. Let's see. This one is also for trade. I'd like an up-to-date Triple H, doesn't care what edition. Or really anything, actually, because this is a Jax, but I mean, I got a DX Triple H. This one is for trade. Don't really care what. This one, I'd probably want like a Tna figure, some new Tna figure, like his Mr. Anderson figure, or one of the Tna guys, or even an X Division belt would do. Let's see. This one is not for trade unless I got like an elite Mattel Miz. Doesn't have to come with all the accessories, as long as it's an elite. I would really trade for him, otherwise he's off for trade. This one really depends on what I get. I will trade him as a set with Devon if you send something with him, for it, and Bubba. I will trade them for two figures, or one elite, one elite with a belt for both of these, and I'll throw in something free. Whatever you can do. Let's see. This one is not for trade. This is a custom CM Punk that I made. I gave him a custom Spitfire tattoo. He doesn't have any other tattoos. He had an elbow pad. I took that off. It's in my stuff I'm going to show later. He is definitely not for trade. I like this one with the long hair because I got this from a friend on my bus. He just gave it to me. So yeah, not for trade. This one, if I can get another Batista that's more recent, he is for trade. As you can see, his arm's really loose. but other than that, he's in pretty good shape. This one, when I trade him, if I get another Mark Henry, I will trade him with this. Or if you give me another figure, I'll still give you this, because this thing here is also his outfit, as you can see. So yeah, that's stuff's for trade. I'm not sure what I really want as long as I get a Mattel. He is for trade though. It's a JBL. Don't really care what Mattel figure I get, or even if I get a Jax Kofi Kingston or something, I'll be okay with it. This one I'm gonna say, like I said with the Triple H, I repeat, he is not for trade. It's an Elite Del Rio that comes with a few things. I am not trading him for anything, so don't even ask. This one is also not for trade, so don't even ask. It's an R-Truth. I will not trade him for anything. This is one of my other DX Shawn Michaels. As you can see, he's really, really loose. I'll trade him for a Shawn Michaels or something like him. This one I want for like a Tna figure like the other one. This is another Kurt Angle of mine. I don't know if you saw it, but I had another one in the pile. This one is a Ric Flair. I'm not sure if you can tell, but on one of his legs, I don't remember which one. I think it's this one. If I can get the pad down, give me a second. As you can see, he's got a nail where his thing used to be. Like his little piece used to be that would hold his leg together. So if you're interested, just send me a message of what you would give. Like I said, I don't trade first, not because of scamming, but there's no way for me to send first because I don't have the boxes or anything to put them in. This one, custom. It's a custom renewal, and it originally had black elbow knee pads with nothing on the back, but I made him have custom brown knee pads and a tattoo. If you can give me a good deal on this, I will trade him. I don't really care what figure as long as they're not in bad shape. Let's see. This one is also for trade. This is one of my other Shelton Benjamins. I'm not sure if I already did. Let me check. Yeah, I don't think I showed him before yet. But I have this one and I have a blue one somewhere in my stuff. This is a Shelton Benjamin. He is for trade if I can get another one like him or something good and reasonable. This one is probably not for trade. This is Booker T. Unless I get like a GM edition Booker T or current Booker T, he is not for trade. This one, I'm not sure if it's going to be for trade yet, because I think there was someone that was looking for a purple and silverish edge. I'm not sure what your name was, dude, but if you're interested and this is the one you were looking for, just send me a message. I will trade you if you send first. But yeah, that's the one I was recommending. Possible trade. Let's see. This one is for trade, but I think there was someone that wanted a Sabu because they don't have Sabu yet. If you still want him and you're still looking for him, I will trade him for something. I'm not sure what your name is either. But if you guys are interested... Oh yeah, by the way, I think with the one I just put over here, one of the recent guys, it was a... I think they wanted him. It was WWE Collectibles, I think was looking for one of them. But yeah, this one probably for trade if I don't get it. I don't send first. Rhino. It's for trade. Don't really care what I get, as long as it's not beaten up or damaged or anything. This figure is for trade. It's a Big Show. I prefer, if I'm going to trade him, I get another one. As you can see, he's got some really unique tattoos, like this one here, and I think he's got the tiger tattoo that a lot of the figures had for him. Yep, he's got the tiger tattoo. He is for trade if I get another Big Show, otherwise he's not. Let's see. This one, as you can see, is another one of my Undertakers. His arm's kind of loose. His body's a little loose or whatever, but he's kind of damaged. If you want him, just send me what you're willing to trade. I will trade for him. This one is for trade if I get another Rey Mysterio. I have two different ones. I have this one and a tan I'm going to show later. It is for trade, but I prefer another Rey Mysterio. If not, if you can get like a Dolph Ziggler or a Sin Cara or something that's up to date or something like, I don't care if it's a Jack or a Mattel. As long as it's not the Flex Force, I will do it. This figure really depends on what I get. You gotta send first though. Like I said, with all these, I prefer you send first. This is a Sandman. It talks about how he's warning parents that he promotes drugs and alcohol so to keep them away from children. He is for trade. I'm just looking for something reasonable for him. Let's see. And I believe this is Scott Steiner. I'm looking to get a Sting wrestling figure or Randy Orton or somebody different for him. Otherwise, I probably won't trade for him. Let's see. This one is for trade for another Jack Swagger or like Antonio Cesaro or a US belt. Don't really care. He's just a little loose and warning you. So just be aware. I don't know who this is. I don't remember their name. If you know who it is, I'll give you credit. He is probably just going to be given to you if you want him. He's probably not going to go though because he's kind of really damaged. But I'll give you credit in another video if you tell me who this is. Yeah. So let's see. And I have Chris Jericho. I have like another Chris Jericho or maybe a Christian for him because he's old Jax, but he's missing a ponytail. Then I have, if I can get him to move, Bret Hart. I would like a Mattel Bret Hart. Don't really care what edition. This one's the pink attire. I also have the Montreal Screwjob one somewhere in here. So yeah, there he is. This is the other Bret Hart I told you about. That one with the pink one. This is the Montreal Screwjob edition, I believe. If you would like him, I would like another Bret Hart or somebody good, because he's in really good shape. This is my other Shelton Benjamin. Arm's a little loose, the body's a little loose, whatever, but if you want him, I might trade him really for almost anything, because this one's the loose one. This one I prefer another Stone Cold, because this is my only Stone Cold. As you can see, he's got a custom tattoo on the back. It's supposed to be the Texas Rattlesnake, like a rattlesnake, because he's a Texas Rattlesnake. I like a Stone Cold, as you can see on his cheek. I'm not sure if you can notice it right there. He's got like a little mark, but other than that, he's in really good shape. Oh yeah, he's also got, let's see if I can get him in there, mark on his head, but other than that, he's in good shape. This one, really, I would like another Rock probably for, because this is the limited edition Rock. I had to touch him up a little bit because his eyebrow was coming off, but he's in great shape. If you want him, I would like another Rock or some Mattel figure that's brand new. Let's see. This is my other Mysterio. As you can see, it's the tan edition I was talking about. His body's kind of loose, but if I can get another Mysterio for him, excuse me again, I will trade for him. This one, I'm going to say it 1,000 times. He is not for trade. This is my one and only Yoshitatu. I will not trade him. He is kind of hard to, very hard to get up where I live, so yeah, not for trade. So don't ask. This one, let's see. This one is my Elite John Cena. He came with the hat, dog tags, armband, briefcase, and ladder. This figure is not for trade, so don't ask. This one is for trade. If I can get another good figure for him, it's a Bubba Ray Dudley. I really don't care. As you can see, he's not wearing the shirt, but the shirt will go with him if you want him. He's got a little scruff on his head. His body's in great shape. No damage really anywhere. So yeah. This one, his arm's a little loose on one side. I think you can hear that he rattles if you listen. This is Charlie Haas. I will do just about anything to get rid of him. I will trade for just about anything. Don't really care what, as long as it's not like some figure that's missing an arm or a leg or something. This one, It's probably not going to be for trade at the moment. It's a Mattel Randy Orton. His hair's in great shape. He was supposed to have a tattoo that I made on the back. Didn't come out well, so I tried to remove it. Didn't come off. But he is not for trade. He's the Tribute to the Troops thing. I got him at Kmart for like $10. Let's see. This one, probably for trade. I don't really care much about him. It's Billy Kidsman, I believe. He's kind of marked off on his body because all the shirt and stuff's coming off. If you want him, he is for trade. Let's see. This figure, I repeat, is not for trade, so don't even ask. He's not for trade. It's a Mattel Rock. I just got him on the Black Friday sale with the John Cena. I told you it was not for trade, so don't ask. Let's see. The belts, I'm going to show the belts real quick. The ones that are for trade is this one. It's the Undisputed title. And then I have like, let me see, one, two, I'd say probably about 3 of these. They're the little miniature World Heavyweight. If you want them, I would like 1 belt for them as a set. Otherwise, they'll go separately for a belt apiece. So, yeah. I like these. Are not for trade. They're my chairs. They're not for trade. I have a Johnny figure. It is for trade depending on what I get. Batista. For trade for another Batista. He's in pretty good shape, as you can see. Randy Orton. One of the arms is, I think, a little loose somewhere. But he's in good shape too. I will trade him for something. Yeah. But I have like 2 or 3 of him. I have JBL in this form with the shirt. He is for trade. Not really sure what I'd want. Just really depends. Comment and I'll decide. You must send first. Ultimate Warrior, I prefer, if I'm going to get rid of him, to have another Ultimate Warrior or a Macho Man. Because those are 2 of the harder ones to get. And they gotta be like Mattel. Don't matter if they're elite or basic. Let's see. This figure, I prefer to get a really, really good deal. I want like 2 figures or 2 or 3 belts for him. It's a Chris Benoit. Hard to get now because I heard that once he murdered himself and his family, they took his figures completely off the shelves. So you will never find him. If you want him, you must trade for something decent for him. Let's see. Then I got the other half of the one of the other members of Spirit Squad, Mikey, is for trade. He will go with Johnny wherever he is. He's in the pile. Yep, right there. You can see underneath his hand. You want both of them. You got to get something for both of them, like an elite for both, or 2 basic. This belt right here, this Mattel belt, is not for trade. I got this off of eBay for like $6. It's really shiny. This one's not for trade, so don't ask. Let's see. This belt is an Intercontinental. I prefer the new white one if you want it. Otherwise, it's not for trade. Don't even bother asking. I know somebody, when I first did the very first copy of this video, wanted him. He is not for trade. So I'm probably going to stop it here with the Dean Ambrose not being for trade. And I'll pick it up. So as you can see, that pile there, except for the big show on that pile, and all the stuff that's there is not for trade. All the stuff that's there in that corner is kind of possible. And then this is for trade. So I'll pick it up in a minute. So what is going on, guys? As you can see, that pile over there where I left off, except for the few belts in that corner, are not for trade. This is for trade. Any of those are possible, those 2 in the corner over there. The Sheamus and the Miz, and then that one, if you want it, I'll take anything for it. I have a Jax RVD, pretty good shape. One of his arms is a little loose. You want him? I'd prefer another RVD. Otherwise, anything. Good. Like I said, I only trade with someone who will trade first. This is a John Morrison form of Johnny Nitro, when he was Johnny Nitro. The arm's a little loose, but if you're willing to trade another John Morrison that's up to date, or Johnny Nitro or some kind that's really good condition, I will trade it. Let's see. This one I prefer another Matt Hardy. Like I said with the other Ruthless Aggression one, I want another Matt Hardy because it's very hard to get. No flex force or anything like that. But he is for trade if I get another Matt Hardy. Otherwise, I won't accept it. And like I said, anyone who's asking, this figure right here, this Dean Ambrose, if you can see it, is not for trade at all. He is not an option. If you ask, I will automatically mark your comment as spam. So don't ask. This Triple H is for trade. There it is. Let's see. This World Heavyweight belt, not for trade. Where did I put it? There it is. This is that new WWE Championship that I got with that Rock and one of the Cenas over there. That one right by the Booker T. They're not for trade. Not even this belt is for trade, so don't ask. This Sin Cara is not for trade unless I get an elite Sin Cara or an up-to-date Sin Cara. So, yeah. Like I said, this piece here, I'm not sure if you can see it, it's a Dudley Boys shirt that came with the Bubba Ray. If you trade for him, I will throw that in when I send it back. You gotta send first though. Let's see. This MVP is for trade. I would like another MVP, or it's not for trade at all. Don't really care what edition MVP, as long as it's a non-Jax or something. Let's see. This one, I really want something really good, like a Mattel or an Elite, because this is an Umaga figure. As I heard, apparently he is dead or something like that. So he is no longer found. So he is now for trade for just about any up-to-date Elite, or like a few belts or something. This RVD is a Deluxe Aggression, really good shape. The arms are in perfect condition, everything except for the ponytails missing. If you are interested, just tell me what kind of figure you're giving. Don't just say, I will trade you Jeff Hardy for your RVD, and not say which RVD and what kind of Jeff Hardy. You gotta tell me what kind of figure you're going to give and what figure you want that's for trade. I will mark it as spam, like I said, if it's not one of the ones that are accepted. This figure, unless I get another Earl Hebner, he is not for trade. Because I would need him for a referee position, so he's not for trade. This one is a Shawn Michaels. This is the best 2006. I need an elite Shawn Michaels, or he's not for trade. So yeah. This one I want either a Mankind or a Cactus Jack or a Dude Love. Otherwise, he's not for trade because it's a Mick Foley. It's very hard to get in my area, especially in that brand now. This is an Edge. Tried to do a custom tattoo. It's Ruthless Aggression. It did not come out too well. If you can give me another Edge or maybe a Christian, if you want him, I will trade for him. Otherwise, I'm not sure what I would do. We could come to agreement if you can send me a message or put in the comments. And by the way, if you want him, you can have him. Otherwise, don't even bother, because if you're gonna just say I want such and such for such and such, but you don't mention what type, I will not do it. And if you ask for one of the ones that are not for trade, I will not do it either. This one, I'm going to repeat time and time again, is also not for trade. This is my John Cena Mattel Basic. He's got the purple attire. This is the one that my nephew gave me from his set that he didn't have to do, but he chose to from Christmas last year. Just ignore that. That's just my garage, our family's garage. This figure is not for trade. It's a really good condition, but he's not for trade. Let's see. I think I like one more real wrestling figure, and then all the rest are going to be props. So yeah. This is a Randy Orton custom one I got from my nephew with the logo. His arms aren't really in too bad a shape. Just one of them's a little loose. He's got a custom tattoo. He may be for trade if I get another good figure. Otherwise, he is not for trade. And now onto the weapons. Let's see. So I got a table, which is not for trade. I got like 3 different pieces. I got one that says ECF and W. If you put it together, it says ECF and W. And then I have the regular WWE piece. None of that is for trade. However, I have 2 of these. I have 2 trash cans. As you can see, I have 2 of them, not for trade. This ladder is not for trade. Neither is this ladder, so don't ask. Let's see. This fire extinguisher, bat, and chainsaw are not for trade. This pipe is probably not going to be for trade either. If I can get for these, I believe these are the world tag titles. If you can see, one of them's missing a little piece, but if you can give me the new tag titles, the ones that were the unified back in the day, I will do it. I don't care if they're the dull ones, because these ones are shiny, but this one's missing a piece. So yeah, those are possible depending on what I get. Really quick, I'm just going to get these out of the way real quick. I have like 3 or 4 of these. I think I have only 3. Let me double check. Yeah, from what I see, I only have like 3 paper championships, probably for the X Division. Oh wait, no, I should have one more. Hold on. I think I either accidentally put it out or just misplaced it, but I had a Enigmatic Championship for Jeff Hardy. I have the Internet, X Division, and ECW. If you want those, I will trade for just about anything, even the titles themselves, because they're made out of paper and tape and colored on. This is not for trade. It's the Money in the Bank briefcase. I probably want a Dolph Ziggler briefcase if you want it. Otherwise, it's not for trade. Let's see. I have both the Del Rio, scarf things, or whatever you want to call them, the things he wore to the ring, like the scarves or whatever. These are not for trade because those go with the Elite, and I'm not going to trade that right now, so don't even ask. Give me a second. This is an R-Truth t-shirt that came with the Elite R-Truth, which is also not for trade. Then I have 2 of these. I have the DX shirt that came with the Elite Triple H, which is not for trade, and then I have the DX shirt that came with my friend's figures he gave me. That's not for trade, so don't ask. Then I have, let's see, I'm trying to count these out here. These old, I'm just going to grab a bunch and put them out, and then we're going to count them from there. So, let's see, I have, with the one white oddball, I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'd say about, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of those. If you can see them all, they're right there. None of those are for trade. Those are all the elbow pad and knee pad things I need. And I have a little dollar store steel chair and dollar store. Let me see if I can find all the dollar store things like bench and crutch in here. Come on. Sorry, hold on. Give me a minute. Dollar store things here. All the dollar store weapons. The problem is none of these are for trade because I need those as weapons for my figures. So those are for trade. This here is a bedpan if you want it. I'd probably want a steel chair for it, because that is for trade depending on what I get. I think I'm coming down to it. So, this piece of a chair, if you're interested, if you want this piece of a steel chair, I'd like another part of a steel chair or something for it, but that's for trade. I have this Road Warriors piece. If you have the Road Warriors figures, if you're interested, it is for trade. I'd probably like a chair or a microphone for it. And then this is not for trade. If you can see, it's my only mic. I need like 5 more of these or something. If you want to give like a bunch for a figure or something, I'll do that. So yeah, that's about it for the collection. I'd say there's really nothing else. So yeah, this pile here, except for like the little elbow pads and the crush and stuff you see, is not for trade. Anything over in that pile, sorry, anything over there, except for like the Shawn Michaels, the chainsaw, the belt things, are not for trade. The little belt over there in the middle, if you can see it. This one, hold on, the belt's right there. All those belts right there, and the one, the two right here. So this, if I get these ones, like I said, if I get the other tag titles, they are for trade. These ones are for trade, for anything, any belt, whether it be United States or European, whatever. These 3, and then I had a 4th one, I'm not sure what happened to it. I'd like anything really for those, because those are paper made. These ones are possible. That one, if you want it, if you give something okay for it, I'll do it. And then that's about it. So yeah, I'll see you later.